Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1.
You can fight Billy Joe Saunders today. This is the last chance you're going to get. I'm going to have to ring my manager up today after the gym session, and Frank Warren. I have messages from your manager, Tom Loffler, on my phone saying that the contract was going to be sent 2 weeks ago and still ain't been sent. So if you want to get it on, let's get it on, unification, winner takes all. I'm willing to go to your country, have a fight. So listen, do not lose your pen. If you're looking for a pen, hold on 1 minute. If you're still looking for a pen, like the English fighters before you say lost their pen, here's your pen. And I'm willing to fight. In your country, let's get it on and go. Come on, Team Saunders all the way.
Look at this! The brother decides to stand up like a man and throw down. Too bad Willie Monroe had to get it first. It's over. Everything starts from now. Ain't no one middleweight above the crew. You know that shit. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. My. Got me like Johnny Gill. How the tables have turned. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to my channel. I'm working hard. 2017 is lit. And Golovkin, he seems... This is crazy, and this always happens in boxing, where the hunter becomes the hunted. And that's kind of what we're seeing with Golovkin. For a while, from Sergio Martinez to Cotto to Canelo to Billy Joe Saunders, it looked like a lot of people did not want to catch wreck with Golovkin. Facts. At those times, I did videos about it. I said, what is Cotto doing? He's the lineal middleweight champion, beat Sergio Martinez, inherited his problems. Then Canelo beats Cotto, inherits Cotto's problems, and it didn't look like they wanted to give this guy the opportunity. I'm very consistent, very fair. That's what I seen. But fast forward to the future, Golovkin, his last 2 fights have been tougher. Even the Kell Brook, I think given the fact that you're in there with the welterweight, and if you are who people think you are, people didn't expect you to struggle at all or have any rounds that you lost to the smaller man. You're the knockout machine. You're Mexican style and all this, right? Kell Brook did have some success in there. So, I mean, if you guys want to say that was exposed or not, I do think there was some vulnerability shown there. But Golovkin handled it. He, you know what I mean, took it like a G and ended up stopping Kell Brook. Moving on, fought Daniel Jacobs. And that was a similar situation. Not that you had a small guy or a guy moving up, but you had a champion who fans and boxing media, since they don't know shit about boxing, a lot of them, they had him as this massive underdog without really interpreting and analyzing the fight. And see, that's the thing. There's a lot of boxing fans, they need visual cues. They need to see someone get knocked down or legs buckle and do the chicken dance, because that's what boxing is to them. They don't know how to break down a fight and really internalize what's happening, the action in front of them, right? So they need that. So they need to see those types of things to really break down boxing. I've seen crazy fights where someone will be like, this person won. I'm like, based on what? What did you have them win? I'm not talking about Kovalev Ward or a close fight. I'm talking about like Cotto versus Mayweather. That fight was easy to break down to me. That wasn't really, I mean, the rounds Cotto won, you clearly seen he won, but the rounds Mayweather won, he clearly won. So it's just like, to me, fights like that aren't even really hard to score. Now Golovkin in the Jacobs fight, he was in there with someone 7-8. Some betting lines had him as much as a 10-1 underdog, and people bought into, or ESPN and HBO sold Golovkin as the package. He's a good fighter, but they made it like he's no one could stop him, no one can go the distance with him. And Abel Sanchez, people like that. Abel Sanchez literally said no one from 154 to 168 can withstand his power. So when I do a video and I state my opinion, you gotta understand this. Listen carefully. Like Funk Flex says, be clear. These are the standards that the media told me were the case with Golovkin. So in hindsight, Now people want to change it because Jacobs did push Golovkin in a tough fight, and he did go the distance with him. People were like, oh, that's not realistic. You can't expect him to knock everybody out. What are you talking about? Just because he didn't get the knockout doesn't mean nothing, man. But this is what you told me. This is what the media told me. This is what Abel Sanchez told me. So I'm only merely rebuttaling what has been presented to me. I would have never held Golovkin to this standard if that wasn't the standard. If you tell me Golovkin is the best in the last 25 years, right? Abel Sanchez says nobody can withstand his power from 54 to 68, a division Golovkin's not even in, super middleweight, then I'm like, okay, a guy like Jacobs, based on what you guys said, even though I didn't believe this, but a guy like Jacobs who's been stopped by Dmitry Pirog, who is a good fighter before his untimely retirement, right? Most people expect him to lose, if that's what you're telling me. I mean, Abel Sanchez even went as far as saying that Golovkin could beat Adonis Stevenson, Sergey Kovalev, and Andre Ward at 175. So don't get mad now. Don't get mad when people hold you to the standards that you put in place. I didn't put that in place for Golovkin, right? So just had to clear that up, because some people are like, oh man, you're hating on Golovkin. He's a good fighter. I have no reason to hate on him. I just speak my mind. I speak the facts. I speak the truth. And again, these are precedences that have been put forth by Tom Loffler, Abel Sanchez, HBO, and ESPN, and everybody that they have a great relationship with Golovkin. They're the ones telling me this. You know what I mean? No one can take his power. So the fact that Jacobs went the distance, that told me something. But again, you guys seen the title in the video. Billy Joe Saunders is using this opportunity. He's using this opportunity to clear his name, right? It's just like, let's say you're arguing with your girlfriend or something, and she doesn't believe you. Like, you're lying. You aren't with Kenny, and then something happens and it supports what you were saying, and then you gonna get all hyped up. You're like, yeah, I told you. See, I told you. Because something actually corroborates what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna get all jazzed up and all hyped up. And that's what Billy Joe Saunders is doing it. And hats off to him. There was clearly a point in time where it looked like he was avoiding Golovkin. See how honest and consistent I am? I really think Billy Joe Saunders did not want to fight Golovkin for whatever reason. But the tables have now turned. In his last two fights, fighting a welterweight and even losing round 2 after you hurt Kell Brook, and Danny Jacobs going the distance, this is giving people credit. Now Ward is saying, I'll come back down to 168. You know what I'm saying? You have guys like James DeGale said, I'll go down to 160. You have Billy Joe Saunders, who's, again, using this as an opportunity to clear his name. You guys seen the video at the beginning. Billy Joe Saunders is like, oh yeah, I want a couple of fiends me way, and I'll sign the contract. Oh, Golovkin, he's saying people forgot their pin. Here, I got a pin for you. And it's just getting crazy because I've never seen Billy Joe Saunders this adamant about fighting Golovkin, but now maybe he really feels something is in there. And I don't even think, me personally, I would favor Golovkin to beat Billy Joe Saunders. But once again, the hunter becomes the hunted, because before, you never really seen this from people, like people as much. I mean, I'm not saying, I never thought Golovkin was the most avoided, but he was clearly avoided. Because the reason I say that is because now you have big names calling for Golovkin. Gilberto Ramirez has been calling out Golovkin. James DeGale has been calling him out, and he's recently reiterated that he wants it. Andre Ward said he'll come to 68. You have Billy Joe Saunders, who's like handing pins and doing contracts and holding and say, come on, sign, and trying to put the pressure to Golovkin, right? You look at other fighters that I have said have been avoided, guys like Guillermo Rigondeaux. Name somebody who's openly calling out Rigondeaux and making videos and showing proof that they're trying to make the fight. You don't really see that. I don't really see Abner Mares like, oh, fight Rigondeaux. Look, come on, Rigondeaux, come on, sign the contract. I got a pin right here, and doing all this, right? I don't see guys from higher divisions than Rigondeaux saying, you know what, I'll come down in weight like James DeGale just did with Golovkin. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Billy Joe Saunders, he's jazzed up. In addition, he just put Tom Loffler on blast, and he just posted a screenshot of their conversation showing his intent to make the fight. So, you know what I mean? Some people are going to say, oh, Billy Joe Saunders, he doesn't really want it. He's just doing this. But, I mean, he has He has proof now, and that's what he's showing you. So unless he lied and changed the name, but it looks, I don't know, it looks legit, has a verified thing, and I haven't heard Tom Loffler come out and debunk this, so I'm just gonna roll with what he posted. You know what I mean? Like, you guys can, oh, it's a Photoshop and do all this, but Tom Loffler, according to Billy Joe Saunders' post, they have a text message chat, and Billy Joe Saunders says, "Hi Tom, will contact of myself and G," I think he meant to put contract of myself and G be sent this week, pal. Thank you. And Tom Loffler responds, "Hi Billy, sorry for the delay. We had the press conference today, spoke to Frank and told him we would send the agreement this week. Sorry for the delay, just been hectic with this fight," referring to the promotion for Jacob's fight. Billy Joe Saunders responds, "Okay pal, thank you. Good luck with it all. Look forward to hearing from you. Thank you." And this is from March 13th. So I guess there was a press conference. So they have been behind the scenes. There's been some negotiations between the two camps for some time. And he was supposed to be, they were working the details out. So that's why you see Billy Joe Saunders now is like, come on. Y'all said y'all wanted this. I'm the missing link. I got the last piece that you want of the puzzle for Undisputed. The WBO belt. What's taking so long? And I think it's I think Team Triple G might be dragging their feet holding out for Canelo, but I already told you guys. My opinion is just rock with the Billy Joe Saunders. He's the one doing all this extra and calling you out, and he's the ready-made guy for right now. Who cares what Oscar and them are talking about, what Canelo's talking about? Canelo has his own fight that he's not even guaranteed 100% to get past. Yeah, maybe he should get past him on the sports betting odds, but I don't see that as a particularly easy fight. Not even if Canelo wins, if he wins in a dogfight, in a war, he might not want to fight Golovkin next. So it's too many variables. Golovkin should just fight Billy Joe Saunders. This is his main mission that he said, to be undisputed, and this is the last opportunity, because you never know in boxing. You never know what happens. You could go like lose a controversial scorecard, and Billy Joe Saunders is saying he'll fight in your backyard, Kazakhstan. He said he ain't even tripping no more. So obviously these guys are seeing something in Golovkin and maybe his last two fights where they see he's immortal, he's a regular person, and it's giving them confidence. So I mean, you can't really dispute what Billy Joe Saunders is saying. He's showing you text conversations from Loeffler, showing the behind the scenes negotiation. So I think the pressure, the ball is in Team Triple G's court. You know what I mean? And we'll see how bad they want it, or if they want to hold off for the Canelo fight. My personal opinion, take the Billy Joe Saunders, because you'll be undisputed. And worry about Canelo when the time comes. Canelo has his own fight. I understand De La Hoya says, hey, if you fight in June, it's over. It'll derail everything. But, I mean, you waited this long for Canelo, so there's definitely no guarantee there. You already have his old belt, the WBC. So I would say handle your own business. And if you can fight Canelo in September or whatever, then make it happen. Another thing for September, too, with the Canelo shit, is behind the scenes, they're talking about Mayweather and McGregor. So, I mean, is Canelo versus Golovkin really going to happen in September if Mayweather fights McGregor? You know what I mean? You guys can say, oh, it's a circus fight. It's still going to do numbers. There's a lot of casual fans from both sports, boxing and MMA, UFC, that would watch that. So would you really compete if that fight is actually made? Floyd out of retirement, trying to break a record, 50th fight against an MMA fighter, circus type fight. Like I said, Golovkin and team, in my opinion, should just hunt down Billy Joe Saunders, because it looks like he's doing a lot of talking. He's feeling himself, and that gives you the last piece of the puzzle for becoming undisputed middleweight, which hasn't been done since Bernard Hopkins, I believe. Let me know what you guys think. Billy Joe Saunders is feeling himself. He's airing it all out. and he says, hey, I'm doing my part, Frank Warren's doing our part, are you gonna sign or what? I got your pin. Let me know what you guys think. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video as always. Hey, comment and subscribe to the next video is Ego. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.